The ghost town that refused to die. There's a place in the California mountains where the wind whispers secrets through broken windows, where shadows move in abandoned halls, where the past refuses to stay buried. But this isn't a horror story. This is something far more haunting. This is the story of a town that died twice, and the man who brought it back from the grave. Cerro Gordo. Even the name sounds like a ghost. For over a century, silver miners clawed fortunes from these mountains. They built saloons, hotels, a whole world in the clouds. But when the silver ran dry, the people vanished. What they left behind was a graveyard of dreams. 22 buildings, 160 years of history. And by 2018, it was about to be erased forever. Corporate developers arrived with blueprints and bulldozers. They didn't see history. They saw a luxury resort, a private playground for the wealthy. Every wooden beam, every rusted nail, every story written in dust. None of it mattered. Demolition was scheduled. The countdown had begun. And then, a 32-year-old man from Austin, Texas stepped out of the shadows. His name was Brent Underwood, and he was about to make the most insane decision of his life. He emptied his bank account. Every single dollar. $1.4 million. Not for a mansion, not for a business empire, for a ghost town that everyone else had given up on. People laughed at him. His friends thought he'd lost his mind. Financial experts called it suicide. But Brent saw something they couldn't see. He saw the miners who died in those tunnels. He saw the families who built lives in impossible places. He saw history, and he refused to let it die. Then 2020 arrived. The pandemic hit, and Brent found himself trapped in Cerro Gordo, completely alone. Imagine this: no running water, no central heating, snow piling higher each day, cutting you off from civilization. The nearest person? Miles away. At night, he walked through the American hotel, alone. The same halls where miners once laughed and fought and dreamed. Now, just silence, and the weight of a choice he couldn't take back. His fingers froze as he hammered broken roofs. His savings evaporated. And every morning he woke up wondering, what have I done? But something strange began to happen. Brent started filming his journey. The loneliness, the struggle, the beauty hidden in decay. And the world started watching. Thousands, then hundreds of thousands. People who'd never heard of Cerro Gordo suddenly cared about its survival. He wasn't just preserving buildings, he was preserving souls. The Chinese laborers who built the roads, the women who ran boarding houses in a man's world, the children who played in streets that no longer existed. Every nail he hammered was a promise. You will not be forgotten. This is what corporate developers will never understand. Some things can't be measured in profit margins. Some places hold more than property value. They hold the fingerprints of human struggle, human hope, human life. Brent could have walked away. He could have sold to the highest bidder. But he chose to stay. Not because it was profitable, because it was right. Today, Cerro Gordo breathes again. Visitors walk its streets. The American hotel stands tall. The stories live on. But here's what most people don't know. Brent still lives there, still works on it every single day, still fights to keep the past alive in a world that only cares about the future. He became the caretaker of ghosts, and in doing so, he became something more, a guardian of memory itself. They say ghost towns are places where nothing lives, but that's not true. In Cerro Gordo, the past lives, the stories live, and as long as one person refuses to give up, hope lives. This is the ghost town that refused to die, and the man who made sure it never would. What would you sacrifice to save something the world has forgotten? Hit subscribe to discover more stories of people who refuse to let history disappear. The past is calling. Will you answer?